Okay, so yesterday I made a turkey. Came out really good. My trick to the turkey is you just inject it, either with liquid butter or vegetable oil, if your little son also has a dairy allergy. But today's is about the gravy. We're going to have the turkey dinner today. We didn't have it yesterday. And I need to make a gravy. So I'm making my mother's gravy. It's the dang near best gravy in the world. Here we go. This channel is really about celebrating life.
I love this little boat.
We're gonna fish off the ice bridge.
Already shredded.
First, saute the onion. So there's like, I don't know, probably more butter than I should have put in there, but there's roughly 3 tablespoons. You can do 2. It's 1 medium-sized onion. I chopped it up as best as I could. I was kind of in a rush today. So once these saute in a couple of minutes and get soft, we're gonna add a half cup of flour, but I like to make a lot of gravy, so I add a whole cup, and then it just takes a lot more stock to add to it. Okay, that's been going for a couple minutes. They're not completely soft yet, but they're getting there. This up here is, I made a soup, turkey soup, but with no turkey in it because my daughter doesn't eat meat. So it's just the vegetables, celery, carrots, parsley, and mushrooms. But I'm gonna use the broth from here for the stock for this. You don't have to, you can use store-bought chicken stock. I'll use turkey stock because I have it right there. You can use beef stock, it just doesn't come out the same. Add some flour, about a cup. That's probably more than I wanted, but that's what I get for not measuring. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is the part that you have to pay attention to. So basically, you want this flour to get brown. It's going to be very close to looking burnt. It's going to be a very dark brown, and it's going to take a little while for it to get there. You just got to keep mixing it. Don't go in the other room and do something else because you'll burn it, and you'll be unhappy. Make sure you're using a stick pan as opposed to a non-stick pan, because you want the browning to occur.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now you can start to see that there's browning, almost burning happening. You can see the smoke starting to come up. That's how we know it's time to add some liquid. So you can use bouillon cubes with a little bit of water if you want. That's what my mom has always done. She'll use bouillon cubes with water. But I have turkey stock right here, so why not use that? So because it's turkey soup, I don't want all the other stuff in it, just the broth. So I got a little strainer. It's gonna go crazy. That's okay. Now this will get thick pretty quickly, and it'll start to brown even more. That's way too pasty, so we gotta add more. Now you want to turn the heat up a bit. I usually turn it up to high until it starts simmering, then I turn it back down to medium. And just keep mixing it in. You can use a whisk if you want, but I'm using this. And then once it comes to a full boil, it'll be even thicker. The flour won't get thick until the water or the fluid comes to a boil. Now we're going to leave it thick here, and we're going to let it thicken more, and this is where we're going to try and get even more color. We want it to brown very deeply. So I'm going to let this go a couple more minutes, and then we'll see where we're at that point. Do you find that the media is just talking a bunch of BS about COVID-19? Get the real scoop. We're doing a global collaboration with people just like me and you. Please just click here. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. Okay, now it's starting to get really brown on the bottom. You can almost see it's burning right there. So when you want to use a wooden spoon, you scrape all the brown bits up. I know this is like, it looks like how not to cook 101, but I'm telling you right now, when you taste this, it's amazing. I don't know, it's like toasting bread. It just comes out better when it's made like this. All right, so that's got a pretty good browning. Honestly, my mom would probably go even farther with the browning, but I'm too afraid I'm gonna burn it, so I don't wanna do that. So with this process, you don't have to use chicken broth. If you're vegan or whatever, you know, you can change with vegetable broth or something else. Not a big deal. For the sake of easiness, do some more of this. I should have did a video on how to make the soup, but I didn't. I will another time. We usually make turkeys because by us at the grocery store, the turkeys are like 48 cents a pound around Thanksgiving. So we'll tend to get like 6 or 7 and put them in the deep freezer. And then we usually have them around the boy's birthday and then a couple times throughout the year. Sometimes we give them away. It's just a super cheap meal. So again, we're gonna bring this up till it boils, get all the chunks out, and then we'll be a little bit closer than we were before as far as consistency. And once it boils, again, the flour will cook down a little bit and it'll turn into more of a gravy-like texture. We're just not quite there yet. Okay, I switched to a whisk just so I can get more of the bits on the bottom. That wooden spatula wasn't working as well. So you can see it's pretty thick, right? I'd almost say it's a little bit too thick, but that's gonna change in a minute. Now this is a step you don't have to use. You could just add a little bit of heavy cream here, and maybe some cooked mushrooms if you wanted to. But the way my mom always made it was with a can of cream and mushroom soup, just by itself. And then mix it in. So we'll just make it exactly that way. And then if you want to change it, once you make it, you can, but this is the way that she made it. And I say it with a lot of, I don't know what the word is, gratitude, because anybody that ever ate my mom's food or my grandmother's food or my Uncle John's food or Auntie Irene's food, they all cook from the same recipes pretty much. And they're amazing. I'm sure everybody says their family's food is amazing, but I don't know. Every time I'd have company over and friends, and they would have the food, like when I have a party or something, everybody in the family would bring something, and everybody would go crazy over their cooking. And this is one of those recipes. I wish my mom was here. I mean, the pandemic, she can't come. It's not like she's not dead. She could come and help me make this to show you guys just how brown it really gets. This is so light compared to hers. But this is it. This is done. You see it's really thick. It's almost too thick. So I'm gonna add like a cup of water, or I guess a half can water. Yeah, that's better. And then once that comes to a boil, it'll be done. Boom, done. Boom, Polish turkey dinner. Pierogi, turkey, gravy. Special thanks to my mom for giving me the gravy recipe. Happy Mother's Day. Go look on your porch. There's a little something special for you. Love you, Mom.